Today, it's a Sunday in the Bahamas, and boy, do could see and speak and think so clearly. And I keep saying, I just got this wow, wow, wow feelings in my mind that we are on the history book for all the wrong reason. We had the most devastating hurricane that the world has ever seen, and we lived through it. We are on the history book that after 9 months of the worst hurricane to hit the world, and indeed the Caribbean with the Bahamas, we have 70 dead bodies. The government said it's 50. It's over 70. Hundreds has disappeared. Casket has bust out the cemetery with the pressure. And from the pressure of Dorian, I was in a house and the window was blowing out like a bomb. And I heard them talk about, in America, about when a tornado is coming, it sounds like a freight train. And boy, I heard plenty freight trains while I was locked away by myself. And all of a sudden, the chandelier and the ceiling fan started to vibrate like somebody just shaking them endlessly. And all of a sudden, I said, oh, shoot, my ears start to, like you're in an airplane and your ears start to pop. All of a sudden, the windows start to pop like popcorn. Pie, pie, pie. I said, God is now speaking to his people. She is here. Who will survive and ride out Dorian? Because the windows are popping, the ceiling fans are vibrating endlessly, the water is rising swiftly up to 5 feet, and Kai is riding on the storm. In Dunderstown, 9 months in, I have joy because I got all my faculties. I still got a good smile. Can't get my hair cut in the Bahamas no more, thanks to COVID-19. But I have joy. But I don't have joy on the other end because of this weightless government called the FNM. And the Vice Member of Parliament, who's also a minister in this FNM government, absolutely weightless, Darren Henfield, Minister of Foreign Affairs. And I want all the counterparts, whenever Darren come, I know y'all don't listen to him when he speaks at the UN anyhow, just to walk out. Because 9 months in, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, who is also a member of Parliament, that sits at the table of decision makers in this country, as a minister of this absolutely white, nothing, useless FNM government, 9 months in, Darren Henfield has not had a meeting in his constituency with his constituents. We are again under a Westminster type of government. We have inherited this government from Great Britain. And tell me, if a minister in Great Britain haven't had a meeting in his district in 9 months, forget the hurricane. That's the icing on the cake. He just haven't had a meeting with his constituents for 9 months. And the government of the Bahamas is paying him thousands of dollars to have an office and a secretary for people to meet with him. 9 months in, he's still collecting that salary. And 9 months in, Minister of Foreign Affairs that flew all over the world since Hurricane Dorian haven't had one meeting. Darren Henfield has not had one meeting with his constituency after Hurricane Dorian killed hundreds. Nor have he spoken about Abaconians in the Honorable House of Assembly. Not a word to date. Abaco's name has not been mentioned by Darren Henfield. Neither have the dead. Hundreds have disappeared. 70 in the trailer. 9 months. We have made a World Guinness Book of a country, a white, not youthless country that can give a dead, their dead, our dead, a Christian burial 9 months in. Then COVID-19 shut us down. Everybody in the world knows that to keep this disease off you, you have to wash. But look what Darren Henfield and the most honorable Prime Minister have done to North Abaco. To date, we are only 5 miles from the main water, one of the biggest water disposal in the Caribbean and indeed the Bahamas. 5 miles. 9 months in, Darren Henfield, that sits at the table of decision making, can't turn the water on in the place of his childhood, which is Dunderstan, Murphytown, Marsh Harbour, Pelican Shores. Not only don't we have any water, we don't have no electricity, and he brought 65 used computers to the people that don't have water, more or less electricity. And I saw the Secretary General, powerful it is to have the Secretary General, I think his name is Bunsey Moon, something like that, funny name, Bunsey Moon. The Secretary General of the United Nations was in my town, was in Abaco. So when Darren go back to the UN and the Secretary General said, Mr. Henfield, Minister, Kai Mills said, since I left Abaco, 9 months in, y'all haven't brought water to your people 5 miles from the main water depot. Y'all haven't brought electricity, more or less put the poles up along the highway and in the places to put electricity back in the homes. How could that be? This is the question that the Secretary General need to ask my MP, because he probably see him before we see him. We don't see him. 9 months in, Hurricane Dorian. 9 months in, then we got COVID-19, and we got stuck with this F&M government and this weightless MP, Darren Henfield. How could you address the UN on behalf of the Bahamas and the people who elected you to go to the House Assembly to get the position as Minister of Foreign Affairs, haven't spoke to a people in 9 months? Why haven't Minister of Foreign Affairs Darren Henfield had a meeting with his constituents after the worst storm to have ever hit the Bahamas, and the worst storm and the first storm to have killed hundreds? Why haven't Darren spoken to Abaco about a Christian burial? Why haven't we had a Christian burial 9 months in? How could the Minister of Foreign Affairs address the Secretary General of United Nations when they have destroyed 5,000 people's homes 5,000 are homeless. The government only thing that they've done under the leadership of the most honorable Prime Minister, Hubert Minnis, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Darren Henfield, who's the minister responsible for Abaco, have not come to the aid of the 5,000 that they fenced in. They spent millions, over 7 million, to destroy what's already destroyed by Hurricane Dorian. The government of the Bahamas went in there and bulldozed the bodies of the dead and piled it up in one corner. Then they came back and gave another contract and unburied what the bulldozer buried previously, and give the contractor $7 million for the destroying what was left of Hurricane Dorian. And these people, to date, do not have water to wash their hands. And COVID-19, you have to have water. And Darren Henfield is the Minister of Foreign Affairs. How could he address the UN Assembly and he haven't addressed the people who have elected him 9 months in? Wow! Kai cares. We need an election. We need an election forthwith. I demand that we get rid of this weightless Prime Minister, this weightless minister in Darren Henfield, and this weightless government called the FNM. Absolutely uncaring, absolutely have no heart, absolutely don't know what it is to have a soul, nor do they have compassion for the people of Abaco. That people send food product for them, and the Prime Minister's announced that they are doing an inventory of the food products that were sent to Abaco. And for Abaconians, 9 months in, they're sitting rotting at the Nema base in Nassau. Oh, y'all wish y'all had a member of parliament like Kai Mills. Kai cares. I am still here. I'm still speaking for the ones that can't speak for themselves. Kai cares. You're live on WCAY.